Dragon Ball Daima revealed that the third eye is one of the most powerful artifacts we've ever seen. It took Goma from being a Pilaf-like comedy character to a muscular, gigantic, pride trooper looking comedy character. But still, his magic power was able to fend off warriors and survive anything that Vegeta and Goku threw at him, thanks to that third eye and the incredible regenerative powers that it gives you. Over in the world of Dragon Ball Super, we've got Black Frieza, who, as of right now, is objectively the most powerful villain we've ever seen. He one-shotted Ultra Instinct Goku and Ultra Ego Vegeta at the end of the Granola arc. What would happen if you combine the two? What if Frieza gets the third eye? You are not going to want to miss this story. The piece of art you see in the thumbnail of this video was beautifully done by Griffin Station, and right now you can take a piece of this art home with the brand new Black Frieza Third Eye merchandise line. You can pick whatever color you want for the merch. It doesn't have to be black. You can pick white, gray, yellow, red, multiple sizes, as well as different styles. You can pick athletic shirts, baseball shirts. You can get it as a printout right now in the Geekdom 101 store. This one's going to be super limited though, so make sure you get it as soon as you can. Just for the next few weeks. It's the first Black Frieza piece of merch I've put out in a while with the third eye, the God Butcher Frieza. Get yours now. The link is down below. Let's get back to the video. So let's talk about why this is not only plausible, but also very possible. In the post-credit scene of Dragon Ball Daima episode 20, after the heroes were able to vanquish Goma by knocking the eye out of his head by hitting him from behind the head, we discovered that the shop in the demon realm, in the third demon realm where the fusion bugs and the revive bugs were being sold, also had a number of third eyes there for a price. That means that potentially anybody could get the third eye and maximize their power and become a serious threat, not just to Demon King Majin Buu, but possibly to the entire multiverse. Now, when it comes to Black Frieza, a detail that you may not remember is that he reveals when he showed off his black form, when he appeared at the end of the Granola arc in Dragon Ball Super's manga, that he trained in an alternate dimension that works kind of like a hyperbolic time chamber, aka room of spirit and time, and thus he was able to get this power in a very, very short time. We also discovered in the Moral arc, thanks to Mirrors, that there are other dimensions that share the time chamber attributes where time moves differently, because we see Mirrors train Goku in one of these. So the Room of Spirit and Time on Earth is not the only place that follows these time-bending rules. Now, we know that Frieza somehow discovered access to one of these rooms or these dimensions in space. Because we are aware that Frieza's empire has spread all throughout Universe 7, although not necessarily in every corner, it still continues to spread. Logically, that would tell you that at some point, Frieza's empire should discover Sir Warp somewhere in space. And if you remember in Dragon Ball Daima, it was revealed that the only way to access the demon realm is by using Sir Warp. He's the one that connects the demon realm with the multiverse at various access points, but you have to have a password to get through. So Frieza's army discovering the giant fish seems very likely, but how can he get to the demon realm? And more importantly, how can he even find out what the purpose of the giant fish is?
Well, first of all, Mr. Geekdom, I can think of many ways of which this matter can be approached. The least rational option would be to kidnap the Supreme Kai and force him to tell me the password. Him or Kibito, either of them will do. And if they refuse to cooperate, I can simply threaten to murder Sir Warp himself.
Now that could work because Frieza is very powerful and there's nothing the Supreme Kai or Warp can do about it. But of course, that begs the question, if Warp is destroyed, does that ruin the access to the Demon Realm? Is that going to cause an issue where there's no way in and no way out? Unfortunately, Dragon Ball Daima didn't really elaborate on that, with the exception of when Goma shut off Sir Warp. But at that point, he was asleep and they were already inside of the Demon Realm.
Oh, but I wouldn't worry about that. Remember how I said the first option was the least rational? Well, the most rational option would be to exploit Zuno, and I simply force him to tell me the password. This approach is far more subtle, and will not result in a reaction from Lord Beerus. His time will come later.
Eureka! Zuno, who was revealed all the way back in the Universe 6 arc of Dragon Ball Super when Jocko and Bulma went to go visit him, he knows all. And he was the one that actually helped Zamasu get all the information necessary in the Goku Black arc. Zuno is a character that we have not seen for quite some time, but certainly one that would be quite useful for Frieza's ambitions. And not just that, Zuno could be the one to tell Frieza what Sir Warp is, what the Demon Realm is, because if Zuno knows everything, he should know all about the Demon Realm. So when Frieza has this information, he goes back to Warp, gives him the password, and accesses the Demon Realm. However, he's not really sure what to do and where to go, because even though Zuno gave him some information, Frieza still doesn't really know about the third eye. So whenever Frieza and his troops end up in the Demon Realm, he's probably going to end up going to Demon World 3. Now at this point, because of the giant hole that Goku put into the Demon World 1, 2, and 3 from his giant Kamehameha on Goma in Dragon Ball Daima episode 20, Frieza can access all 3 Demon Realms without having to go through Warp. Do you think Majin Buu is going to do anything at all to stop Frieza? Absolutely not. So a few different things can happen. For one, Frieza could end up conquering the Demon Realm just with his own power.
Yes! Nobody in this disgusting realm could dream of surpassing me in my power. That monkey Goku was able to beat them as a toddler with a simple wave of his stick. The Tamagamis can serve me well as an appetizer, while Majin Buu and Ku can be the main course.
So if Frieza becomes the king of the Demon Realm, at that point, this is where he may start to get information about the third eye, because there's obviously going to be some kind of documentation. We know Dr. Arinsu has the spell book, and Dr. Arinsu is also somebody who doesn't want someone like Frieza there, but she's also very cunning, and I could see her giving Frieza the information.
All right, Dr. Arinsu, I want you to provide me with everything you know regarding the third eye, and make it snappy.
Frieza's minions went to work in the Demon Realm searching far and wide for answers until they finally found out about the shop in the third demon world that sells the third eyes. If you think Goma's forces were hard to deal with, you know how much of a headache Frieza's guys can be. So when Frieza ends up going to the shop, you think he's going to pay for it?
Yes. There's no need to kill off the shopkeeper. Not when they can be so useful. Not only would I purchase the third eye, but there's many different supplies within that store that I can use to supply my troops. The Freezer Force is a business after all, and it would be quite unbusinesslike to kill off the suppliers.
Now, if we look at how Goma was powered up by the third eye, in my opinion, Frieza, with the magical properties of the third eye, and the fact that he has Black Frieza, which can one-shot UI and UE, this may actually cause a serious problem. We're talking about, at this point, a Frieza that can destroy Beerus.
Ha! I told you his time would come!
Because there's no way that with the power magnitude of the third eye and the fact that it can grant incredible stamina and healing properties, Beerus may not be able to do anything except possibly Hakai him, but Frieza's newfound speed and magic power may be enough to outdo him. Let me know in the comments if you think Frieza with the third eye would beat Lord Beerus. This is the storyline that Dragon Ball Super needs to go down. This is the storyline that we need to see for Black Frieza, bridging Dragon Ball Daima and Dragon Ball Super. And to beat this Frieza, they're going to have to knock the third eye from behind his head, which will be a hell of a lot harder than Goma. This will take the efforts of UI Goku, UI Vegeta, Gohan Beast, and to be honest with you, this may end up being a situation where everyone from the multiverse may have to help, including Jiren and the Pride Troopers, Hit. Everyone may have to team up because Frieza with the third eye, I shudder to think at the amount of power that this being possesses. If you enjoyed this video, check out the videos on your screen right now. I hope we really get this story arc or something similar because it'll raise the stakes of Dragon Ball forever. Take care of yourself, and I will catch you in the next one.